Hi guys. I'm gonna really try not to mess this reading up because it is so effing powerful. I want to convey it properly. I was not expecting this message. It's so freaking powerful. I had to sit here for like 20 minutes trying to grasp the trying to understand the depth behind it and figure out a way that I could properly convey it. My question for the divine today was how to advice for my collective on how to protect your energy. This is important because when we're vibing high, right? When we're in like our highest self energy, that Nine of Pentacles energy, that's like when we're vibing high, right? When we're like when we've just had like a tower moment in life and we're reevaluating, we're in what's called like dark night of the soul. There was something that happened in our life unexpectedly that completely like shook things up and basically things won't be the same. Either like our belief systems are changing, which isn't a bad thing, guys, for that to happen, but we're kind of like rebalancing, like figuring out, like just readjusting to the changes. That's like when our vibes are kind of low. But what made me think about this was basically when you're working on being a better person, right? Like alchemizing your darkness to light and clearing out karma and ancestral karma, and just basically working on taming your inner demons. Okay, it's a tough journey. It's like super rewarding, not only for you but like your kids if you have them, or like your relationships with your family, or your ability to have healthy, loving relationships in your life, by being authentic and standing in your power. But it's really hard, and you'll have a lot of these tower moments, which is like not only unexpected events in life, like, oh, this, someone gets hurt and they don't have insurance and there's this huge medical bill, and or it could also just be like ego death, like enlightenment, which is really painful because it's the crumbling away of untruth. That's really what enlightenment is. It's the crumbling away of untruth. It's looking past our perceived identity and getting back to our authentic self, like who we were before we had events happen in our life that caused us to develop like coping mechanisms and codependent behaviors. And I'm sorry about noise in the background. My daughters have friends over and they're baking. So what happens when we're in like dark night of the soul and our vibes are low? Our energy is very low, right? We don't have that high energy when we're like if you look at physics, we're not expanding away from the nucleus. We're closer to the nucleus. so that we can learn the lesson and rebalance and evaluate and then go stronger and have our energy expand again and moving away from the nucleus. That's high vibes, when you're moving away from the nucleus. That's basically like the energy that we portray in life as well. That's like a direct analogy. So when we're in dark night of the soul, maybe after a tower moment or like ego death or awakening, like the crumbling away of untruth, right? Enlightenment, it really forces you to go into like hermit mode and reevaluate everything it's like gaining the wisdom of like a 50-year span, but also like being born again. I'm not talking about religion or anything, you guys. I'm talking about looking at everything with a fresh pair of eyes, a brand new perspective based on things that may have happened in your life that caused you to realize the truth about something. Okay. When our energy is low, things affect us more, right? We're not as strong. If you look at like chemistry and physics, the bonds can be broken easier. When the energy is strong, those bonds are stronger, right? They're more difficult to break when our energy is high. So the point of that is like things external to us can affect us more when we're in this kind of like reevaluating dark night of the soul stage. Our energy is more easily affected. When you gain the wisdom from the lessons or the events that happen in your life that are meant to teach us lessons, and you gain that wisdom like with clarity and truth, not looking at things through like a disillusioned lens, but discover more about your authentic self and start portraying that through inner strength. That's true strength, guys. That's true strength, okay? Because there is a sense of vulnerability in that. And vulnerability is a strength. When your soul ascends, okay, and you're gaining this wisdom through life, or through the lessons in life, it's harder for people to shake you, because the foundation is strong, right? The more authentic you are, the more insecurities and demons that you've dealt with, you have a solid foundation. People's energy can't get to you as much, right? Like it takes more for them to ruffle your feathers, to shake you. But when your vibe is low and you're still figuring things out, things affect you more. Like a simple way to look at it is like when you're feeling sad or something happened that kind of made you feel insecure or like question things about yourself. Things that people say at that time in our life may affect us more. That's a really simple way to look at it. So not only is this reading applicable to like our everyday of like, you know, getting offended or triggered or letting a comment or some like interaction with someone that we had that day get to us. But it's also from like a spiritual perspective as well. When your soul ascends, it's harder for people who do not have your best intentions in mind. It's harder for them to get to you, because when you start standing in your power and your authentic self and you start building that inner courage, you're gonna glow. You're gonna glow in that highest self energy. People are gonna get jealous. People are gonna hate. People are gonna talk shit. even people close to you are going to be like, you're changing. But if you're getting back to your authentic self and be like working on getting rid of your demons and insecurities, what's more important, their opinion of you or having this, right? If they really have your best intentions in mind, they're gonna love seeing you shine. They're gonna love seeing you thrive, right? If they don't, you'll be able to tell, because they'll try to cut you down. They'll try to, shake you. But if you're vibing high, it's not gonna mean shit to you. All right? But from a spiritual aspect as well, there are going to be people that you encounter that are into this kind of stuff, and they use their gifts for the wrong reason. All right? I know for certain I've had black magic tried to be done on me. And it wouldn't work. My energy is too strong. They can't get through. They got close, but they couldn't get through. Okay? Authenticity and true love and light will always overpower dark. It's much, much stronger. It's the purest emotion. Unconditional love is the purest emotion. So this is really about self-love, right? Loving yourself unconditionally through all the mistakes and the lessons that they taught us, and accepting the past and using it to be this, your highest self energy. People can't F with you when you're in this energy on a physical realm or in the spiritual realm. Okay. The person that tried to do black magic on me, it wouldn't work. All right. It was strong enough that I noticed the spiritual attacks, but they couldn't get through. And you know what I did was, instead of confronting this person, I sent them flowers in the astral, in the 5D. For 3 days, and they went away. We made peace in the astral, and that was the end of that. Light always overpowers dark. Okay? But on a physical realm as well, if you're feeling awesome and confident and what someone says to you on the street or says behind your back, it's not going to matter, because you know the truth. You know the truth about yourself. Why would what they say shake you in any way or be any of your concern for what they think about you? You got it going on. Why do you care what someone else says about you, right? That's how little of importance their opinion is to you, because you're just I'm awesome, I know it. Not in an egotistical way. It's just I've done the work, I've battled my demons. Your words don't mean anything to me. That's what I'm talking about, protecting your energy, okay? So the first card, so I asked the divine, how can my collective help to protect their energy? This card, you guys, the Courageous Peony. The last 2 readings, I've been specifically talking about courage over comfort, getting outside of your comfort zone, right? Not being stuck in the same routines out of fear. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. This is about getting back to your authentic self and not being scared to show who you are. Who were you before all those things happened in your life that caused you to become cynical or cold or doubtful or self-loathing or any of those things. Getting back to who your authentic self, your core, and not being afraid to show that person. Stepping outside your comfort zone. That's where the coral reef thrives, right? That's where the peonies are. Courage, guys. I'm telling you. So that was the first card that came out. Amazing. Like, I could have done an entire reading on just this card. But what's so awesome is the clarifier card is Six of Cups, okay? So shedding those outdated belief systems, shedding your self-limiting beliefs, okay? Six of Cups, nostalgia, sweet memories, childhood memories. Who are you at your core? Who are you at your core? That's your power. That's your superpower. Literally. Like, this couldn't have been any more clear as the first card's on the table. How to protect your energy? You are your own superpower, your authentic self. When you stand in your authenticity and your power, who you truly are, it's going to attract people to you that are meant to be in your life. This is all about the law of attraction. You guys, so many readings I've done that have talked about this message specifically summed up perfectly in these two cards with the question that I asked today. Okay? Connection. We can't truly have connection with someone unless we're in our authentic self energy. Okay? And if you're in that, that's who you're going to attract to you. All right? The next card is the Void. Stop, embrace winter, the great cosmic womb. This is about the unknown. Okay? This is about when you do this, you have to be courageous, right? Courage is strength. Courage is strength, not pride, not ego. Being vulnerable about your authentic self, it's a little bit like stepping into the unknown. And you have to relinquish control. You have to. Because, people, once you step into this, you're going to be surprised. Some people that you thought had your back may not like it. And you'll see the truth about them. That's enlightenment, right? The crumbling away of untruth. It's a little bit scary. Are they still going to be there if I really show them this? If I take off that mask, who's going to be there? It's a little bit scary to think about. But this is also about trusting the universe. There's an equal give and take. The universe will reward you when you do this, because it's going to bring things to you. It's the law of attraction. What you are is what you'll manifest. As within, so without, right? So Six of Coins was the clarifier card, an equal give and take. If you do the work, it's a little bit scary because you do have to relinquish control and trust the universe. It will happen. You will be granted what, for the effort that you're rewarded for the effort that you put in. This is also about balance. So my question was, how can you protect your energy? Six of Cups and Six of Coins. Balance. Equal give and take. Make sure you're balanced. Make sure you're not too much up in your head, or not, or too much in your heart, even. There has to be a balance, right? in the center of the reading, the heart of the reading, star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. Look at this. This is about balancing your energies. And the clarified card, you guys, to top this off in the heart of the reading, justice, balancing the scales. In order to be in our true highest self energies, it's all about balance. It's all about balance. Look at all these cards representing balance just in the first couple rows. The message couldn't be more clear. Balance, okay? There has to be reciprocity in your relationships, but also within yourself first. There can't be reciprocity in relationships if you're not balanced within. Look at all this. In order to be balanced within, you have to be honest with yourself about who you really are at your core. And let go of control and just trust. Okay? It's scary because the ego wants us to control. The ego wants, has expectations of outcomes. It's scary. I get it. I know. It's scary to let go. But you will be rewarded. There will be an equal give and take. And things that are not meant to be in your life, that are not built on a solid foundation, it'll be very clear to you if that's the case. But also you'll attract what you are, right? So yeah, light body. Let your light shine through, guys. That's going to keep your vibe high. People can't F with you when you're in this energy. It's going to be really hard to shake you or ruffle your feathers when you're balanced and letting your light shine in your authentic self and true power. Okay? So yeah, justice is about balance, obviously, but the scales of head and heart, right? Equal give and take, reciprocity, balance within ourselves and in our relationships. All right. This card here, Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. I love this card. I love this term, Earth School. That's what we're here for, is for soul ascension and to learn the lessons. That's literally the freaking point of life. When we're not acting from a place of courage and we're in our comfort zone and letting opportunities pass us by for growth, or not taking advantage of opportunities for soul growth. I'm not talking about financial stuff or anything like that. I'm literally talking about growth as a person, your soul. That's what our soul is here to do. That is the point. And it's the journey. It's the experiences that we have on the way. Every experience that we have, we can learn something from. Life lessons, soul growth, and study. It does take some time to reevaluate. Who really am I, and how much of my actions and decisions are from a place of comfort and fear-based thoughts, and not actually my authentic self? It does take a lot of evaluation, self-evaluation. So I love this term, Earth School. And it was clarified by Three of Coins. A solid foundation, Three of Pentacles. Building something solid for the future. Right? But also Three of Pentacles reminds me of the trifecta of the divine truth, which is being in alignment with mind, body, soul. Being in alignment with mind, body, soul. That's your divine truth. Okay? It does take some courage to really get there. But that's where your stability is going to come from. That's a solid foundation that can be built on, continually built on, based on our future experiences and what we were put here to do, which is to grow as a person. Allow your soul to expand. And when it does, people aren't going to be able to mess with you guys. Literally. Like physically or spiritually. Okay? In the last spot, these two cards came out. One is the Golden Children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. What's so amazing about this is this card coming out today. Yesterday, I was literally talking about how we're born with like past life karma. And not only do we have karma from this life, our past life, and our ancestral karma. This is talking about kids who were born into this world when both their parents have cleared their past karma. Those are powerful kids. They come into this world without that. That's effing powerful, right? Those are some powerful souls. That karma has been cleared and they're born without that based on prior work that people have done, their lineage. Wow. Okay. But also how I took this, because this is, kind of a recurrent theme in this reading, because Six of Cups is like nostalgic childhood memories also. And getting back to the real you. Who were you as a child? What did you like to do? Did you like to draw or paint or like ride your bike or like any of those things that you enjoyed as a child? Get back to things that really bring you back to that happy place. Okay, it could be about any passion that you like, fishing or surfing or I don't know, playing an instrument or dancing, whatever. What gives you this freedom as if you were just born into this life without any past life karma, ancestral karma? That's amazing. Okay? That's gonna really elevate your vibe. All right? That's gonna keep your vibe high. And you have no idea, guys, how much this affects other people around you when your vibe is high. The other card that came out was the Great Serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. This is about forgiveness, okay? Obviously, for ourselves, we have to do that. In order to get this highest self energy, we have to love ourselves unconditionally, forgive ourselves for things that may have happened in the past that we were either guilty or ashamed of. Those are really lower vibrational feelings. It's more about courage to accept it, accept the things from the past. We can't change them, they're done. There's no point in revisiting the past other than to accept it and learn from it and be courageous enough to apply the lessons to expand our soul further. That's the whole point. I mean, you see how this message just kind of like came full circle. And the circles here are represented a lot, right? In the cups. Just the decks that I chose to use today. The six of coins, the reciprocity, equal give and take. Three of Pentacles, right? Circle, solid foundation. And in the nine of Pentacles too. Look how many circles are around her. Just from this deck and this message was perfectly like circular. Full circle, right? And childhood and like soul ascension back to childhood, right? Do you see the theme that's coming out? And like starting off here, like getting back to your authentic self and ending with the Golden Children, inner child, tenderness, innocence. It's like full circle. All right? That's a definite theme. But it does take like being in alignment with mind, body, soul to get back to that kind of like innocent state. But if we do experience this, right, the great severing. Oh, it's the great severing. The great severing. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So self-forgiveness. This starts with self-forgiveness. I mean, yeah, it's about forgiving other people too, but it's more about self. Because when we don't have self-love and we don't have self-forgiveness, it's really like we can't get here, guys, to this high self energy. We just can't. If we have a lot of self-loathing or really negative inner script, that's low vibrational, because of like guilt, shame, all those like anger, regret, sadness, those are all really lower vibrational. You can't get to this. And then it's easy for people to attack your energy. Okay? But one of the things that's awesome about these two cards coming out together is like different viewpoints are okay. We don't have to argue over different viewpoints. We really have to release our certainties. Release your certainties. Be open to be surprised from the universe. You'll be pleased, I promise. Our certainties are those like outdated belief systems, right? I'll never be good enough to make it to Harvard. I'll never be able to find true love because I've had all these messed up relationships in the past. I'll never be able to have a nice house. Whatever the case, okay, those are just examples. But those are all certainties based on, life experiences and false belief systems that need to be shed. Or like all men are evil, or all women are bitches, like all that stuff, you guys. Or money is the most important thing. Like we have to release those certainties. Okay. And alternate viewpoints are awesome. That's what helps us to grow. Earth School, right? Think about when you're in a classroom. That's the same. And like how many different ideas cause you to think of different things, and like, they're like thought-provoking, hearing other ideas from other students or whatever. That's exactly how I took this card, but just think about it as your soul on this planet. Like, this experience of life is your soul's classroom. Earth School. Differing viewpoints are great, right? It really helps you to like expand your horizon. Even just look at this card, like expand your horizon, right? And like from a curious standpoint, not judgmental, right? Because when you think of innocence, it's like a kid learning something. It's like they're curious. They're not judgmental about different viewpoints. How perfect is this, you guys? But yeah, also, this is also about not letting your heart become hardened because of experiences you've been in the past. That's just along the same lines. Some of us have had it really tough in our relationships. I mean, I know that. This came out from my collective. That's obvious. Okay? But learning that it's not going to be like that. But if you keep that mentality, that's what's going to keep happening. Because the law of attraction, right? Yeah, so releasing your certainties, standing in your authentic power, trusting the universe, bringing balance, inner balance, will reflect in your external world. Once that's achieved inside, and then solid foundations can happen. But it'll put you in your highest self energy, and that's really the biggest protection physically and spiritually, is that highest self energy. All right, that's the main message from today. Keep your vibes high. I mean, there are other things that you can do. Like some people think wearing crystals or taking salt baths or, lighting certain, incenses or sage. I do use sage to clear some bad energy in my environment sometimes. And I have one crystal, it's this one. It absorbs bad energy in my environment. And I got this after I had that black magic practice on me, and once I got this and started sending that person flowers in the astral and the 5D, that stopped completely, and I could feel it. Peace was made. That person won't be bothering me again. My energy is really hard to penetrate, you guys, okay, because I've done a lot of this work, and so I'm surprised that it got through. They're strong, but it wasn't strong enough because it wasn't built in. authenticity. It was from a place of dark night of soul that they were going through. Okay, and I had to understand that and forgive them. It's about understanding differing viewpoints, right? I'm not mad about it. It was a cool experience. But that's just an example, all right? Also, okay, you guys, what's so neat about this? Overall energy at the bottom of the deck, cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. This is so, I mean, how do we start with this, right? The courageous peony, let yourself be seen, right? Your uniqueness is your superpower. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. What happens, like, how are diamonds formed? Under pressure. Under pressure. From hard things that have happened to us. Earth School, our lessons. And alchemizing darkness to life. Surrender to the alchemy of life. That's what we're put here to do, is to alchemize the darkness to light within ourselves, and it'll branch out to the rest of the world. Altering viewpoints help us with this. We need that. A baseball game would be really boring to watch if every hit was a home run, right? It's the same kind of concept with this. We can't learn those lessons without those experiences. We can't really be shown what we're made of, how strong we are. Our diamond, our superpower, our authentic selves cannot be shown without adversity and releasing certainties. These false belief systems that we so cling to out of fear and lack of courage because of pride and ego. It's all connected, guys. Yeah, so I thought this was so effing perfect to end with this overall energy. But also the alchemy of life, right? The law of attraction. If you're living in dark night of the soul, that's going to be reflected in your environment. If you're learning the lessons and getting back to your authentic self and being courageous enough to step outside of your comfort zone, diamonds, guys. And it's not materialistic. This is a metaphor. That's solid AF. It's really hard to crack that, right? The ego is easily cracked. How can we protect our energy? By being solid AF inside. You can't mess with that, right? The ego, and that's really easy to get through. It's weak. This is strength right here. This can't be messed with. Okay? And the clarifier card, you guys, you can't make this shit up. King of Swords. King of Swords. Cutting away the BS. Right? Clarity, truth, honesty, fairness, balance. Balance, justice. Six of Coins, balance. Six of Cups, balance. Star bathing, balance. Right? God. Balance inside, guys. Cut away all that confusion from our certainties. That's oftentimes what causes confusion. Have an open mind, but be solid about your identity inside. But use the lessons to grow. Okay, remember yesterday, the thriving coral reef? How the yellow tang eat away the algae to promote new growth on the coral by cutting out the algae, cutting away the BS, the attachments, the codependent behaviors, the self-limiting belief systems. Let go of your certainty, guys. And people won't be able to mess with you physically or spiritually. Okay. Awesome messages. I'm so happy I decided to do this reading today. But yeah, the messages were really, really like intricate, so I had to like meditate on it a little bit before I recorded, but I hope it helped you guys in some way. And yeah, have a good evening.